Welcome back to TMZ Live. A very well-deserved Emmy nomination came out. Was last week Emmy nominations came out? For Rest in Power. You know, the docuseries about Trayvon Martin, about his life, and about the people in his life. One of the people who was featured in that series is a guy named Barrington.
Barrington Irving.
Yes, Barrington Irving. And Barrington was in a class, a very special class, a program that he was running and that Trayvon was part of. It was about aviation, it was about race cars, about giving kids opportunities in both fields. And Barrington said that Trayvon was very much interested in something that he is now trying to accomplish with the Trayvon Martin Foundation. That is to give 25 kids an opportunity to build their own race car, a 1965 Ford Daytona, which is an amazing coupe. But he is in the middle of doing this right now, and he's joining us to talk about that and Trayvon, his life, his history with Trayvon. Barrington, welcome to TMZ Live. And I got to say, well, first, welcome. And then I forgot, like, one of your best credits. You are the first black man to fly around the world solo. Yep. So that is amazing. I'm sorry I left that one out.
By the way, in a plane that he built. Am I right about that, brother?
Yes. Back in 2007, I set a Guinness World Record to become the youngest person ever and the first black man to fly solo around the world.
You were 22 years old at the time? 23. You were 23 at the time.
Real quick, before we get into it, tell them how you got the parts for the plane.
Well, I basically used street hustle. You know, I couldn't get anyone to rent me an airplane, lease me one, let me borrow one. Couldn't get anyone to do that. So I started to, I learned about manufacturing because I would see, when guys would steal cars and they'll strip the cars and there are all these different parts made by different manufacturers. I said, hold on. Well, if different companies make different part of a vehicle, I wonder if different companies make different parts of a plane. Used the street knowledge and said, okay, instead of asking people for money, I'll simply ask them for the one part they manufacture.
You went around. You get enough parts.
And then built a plane.
You get enough parts, eventually have a plane.
Come on, man.
Now, that's one thing, to hustle and get all the parts and put the plane together, but then to have the confidence to fly said plane around the world by yourself is really remarkable. It says a lot for your ability as a pilot also. So tell us, Barrington, about the program you're doing now with the Trayvon Martin Foundation. And why this is so important to the lives of dozens of children.
It's more than important, it's necessary, right? So our organization is called Experience Aviation, and we have a program called Build and Soar. We've had kids build an airplane from scratch. For example, 60 kids from failing schools build an airplane from scratch, had tremendous success with that. And then we were getting ready to build a race car, a car faster than a Ferrari 430 Spider. And of course, we tragically lost Trayvon Martin, who was in our program. I knew him, knew his family, and it was definitely a major challenge, not only for me, but for all the students in the program. But he wanted to become an aircraft mechanic or possibly a pilot. And it's very touching where, yes, unfortunately he lost his life, but also at the same time, so many other young people who were a part of that same class went on to become pilots, aircraft mechanics, technicians, doctors, so forth.
It doesn't say, Barrington, you said it, it's a necessary program. Yes, it would be, on one hand, you could look at it and be like, oh, that'd be nice if these kids can do it. But really what you're doing, and I can hear it as you're describing it, I mean, you're teaching these children a trade, something that they can go on and have incredible careers and success. Very high paid one as well.
Trade,
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Look, if I was to lose my life at a young age, not much positive would be said about me, right? And we lost more than just the life. We lost the potential of someone who could have became great. And, that's honestly how I look at it, and the reason why we're doing this project and building a race car. Basically, he never got a chance to build his race car in our program. So now we're going to give other students the opportunity from all types of backgrounds to come together, do something in honor and memory of him, but also change their own lives in the process.
Okay, wow. You sold me.
Yeah.
Like, you sold me. I want to be a part of it. Everyone out there is probably moved. Like, where do they go?
How do they do?
How do they raise these funds to help these kids really live out their dreams?
Sure. So visit experienceaviation.org, or you can just follow us on social media. Just look up Barrington Irving or Captain Barrington Irving, whether Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You'll find me. You'll see more information there. And it's really just a culminating thing we're trying to do where the community is making this happen and really just changing the lives of other young people at the same time supporting the memory of Trayvon.
Before you go, I got to ask him one more thing. You was telling me before about some kind of continental shelf thing. This dude is crazy, man. Like he wants to touch both sides of the continent at the same time or do something.
What?
Tell me, I don't understand it. Barrington, tell people what you want to do.
The physics of that sounds
when you
remarkable.
You want to touch different continents at the same time or something, like with a plane or something. What is this?
Sure. So I have a curriculum company called The Flying Classroom. And basically, with my team, we travel around the world and we take subject matter kids find boring in school and we bring it to life. How many kids say to themselves, when will I ever use this in life? So we go out and do all these different types of expeditions. I'm an explorer for National Geographic as well. And what we're getting ready to do to teach students about tectonic plates and so forth is I'm going to dive the continental shelf of North America and Europe. You can only do this in Iceland.
In Iceland, yeah.
And touch two continents at the exact same time.
I was gonna guess. I was gonna guess it's because that's the only place I've heard of it is where you could actually do that. But it's really cold water you're diving in. Right?
Exactly. I'm gonna Google it. That's what I'm gonna do, brother.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Google it.
that
I'm gonna look
sounds
at it on
good.
Google.
Hey, well, Barrington, we wish you the best of luck with the program. It is really, like I said, life-changing
You are a
work
remarkable
you're doing,
human being,
man.
my brother.
I'm the byproduct of what happens when people invest in our communities, man.
All right, excellent, exactly. Well said. Thanks so much, Barrington.
Thank you, guys.
That is really cool. You should check out. There's,
Amazing.
like you said, check out their
Flying
website. And they have a
Classroom.
GoFundMe and the whole thing.